Chat. Let's do this. For those that missed it last night, we yet again had the #1 recruitment class in the nation. We are a top 32 team in the preseason poll. A 99 rated squad is what we have on our hands. And it's going to be very interesting to see how this happens to play out for us. We have a decently difficult schedule, but I am hopeful, I am optimistic that things will go well for us. The only thing I have to do really quickly is check the depth chart for the most part. I just want to make sure that we're good to go and have the proper depth. Here's your Daddy Montreal. Catcher is very far behind, yes. So really quickly, because again, we did have... Actually, no, I'll just trust the depth chart, because we did have a lot of redshirt options. Sometimes, and I'll show you, the depth chart doesn't properly fill in, I feel like. Where it's like, hey, tight ends, you have 3 of them, but we're only going to put 1 in here. You know? It's like, why isn't Gonzalez in that second spot? I don't know. He's just not. And it's weird. But... And now, Jesus. Really quickly, the coaching philosophy this year. This is tough. We have a good running game. We have a good passing game. We got a good O-line. We got a fast quarterback. Multiple could work. One back could work. The spread offense could work. Pro style could work with our fullbacks and the fact that we have a good O-line. Run balance could work. The option run could work. Like, literally, I think every style could work. So I might just go multiple to give us the option. Same with our defense. Like, we have such a versatile team. It's ridiculous. So I really don't know what to do with these setups. I might take a look depending on our opponent. Santa, what's going on? Good old evil Santa, what's happening? Regardless, we'll focus on that in a minute. Again, team needs change based off of what scheme you run. How much of the Minutemen have you missed? I literally just started, so you are golden. Let's see what we got on the old recruitment board here. Because again, we have our work cut out for us in terms of who we're looking to bring in. So, good old early Scott, King of the Clouds here as well. What's going on, people just joining us? So, for these guys here, again, I'm not going to immediately offer the scholarship. Or perhaps I should immediately offer the scholarship, but save on the promises. At least only do like 2 promises. 3 if I have to try and lock them down. Honestly, I mean, I wouldn't mind getting this kicker. Let's do it. Send him that scholarship offer. We're going to play the slow and steady approach for some of these guys. Mr. Clark, as an athlete, will waste our final 20 minutes or so on you. Happy to catch one of these lives and enjoying these on YouTube. Thank you. I mean, I've been having a blast with the games that we've been playing. An absolute blast with the games that we've been playing on stream lately. And obviously, like, I know it changes the dynamic a little bit of what these feel like compared to what the YouTube videos felt like before. But again, we are... you know, we're getting closer to that stage where we're going to be able to start kind of making those videos again that I just didn't have time to make before. So, I mean, obviously you saw that, like, that NHL 07 redraft. There's actually another redraft coming up pretty soon. And then there will be the continuation of that Cold War series where we look at 2K versus EA. So, it's going to be interesting to see how that plays out. Just the response to it. So in the meantime, it's been having a blast with this. YouTube-wise, I mean, it is what it is at this stage. I can say in terms of YouTube, like, hey, I don't really know. Like, I just want to have fun with it at this stage. You know, for a while, like, yeah, I think, like, with every YouTuber, it's like, oh, man, I'm going to care about the numbers. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. It's like, at this stage, it's like, man, I just want to make cool shit that I'd watch at this stage. And, I mean, would I watch someone play every regular season game of 2K10? Yes, that's why I'm doing it. You know, would I watch someone turn UMass into a Dynasty? Yes. So, you know. FJ, what's going on, by the way? Thank you for those bits. How are you tonight? So, yeah, just a matter of having fun with it, man. It's kind of, you know, for, like I said, a long time on YouTube, it was, I'm going to sit here, I thought that said Poison, Montana. For a long time, I was sitting there just being like, I'm going to worry about numbers and growth. And it's like, you got to treat YouTube like you treat Twitch. And in that instance, again, I've always shouted out someone like Hemo as, you know, having taken advice from him when it comes to Twitch. It's like, man, do not give a damn about the numbers at all. Turn that number count off and just have fun. Now, obviously, in the back of my head, you know, it's like, I know numbers-wise we're doing pretty good. And I thank you guys for that, and I'm happy about that. But, you know, that attitude of just do what you want to do, have fun while you're doing it. And if cool things happen, then cool things happen. And that's definitely the approach that I've had as of late. So I'm pretty happy with that. Prepping for my math finals. Ugh. Can I just, ugh. In your honor, because that, no thanks. No thanks. I'll tell you, again, there were some things that I miss about school. Mainly the being able to see your friends every day type of thing. But, and you know, not having the pressures of being like, hey, money and getting a house with your girlfriend and all those kind of pressures. But, you know, not personally a content creator, but from an outside perspective, it wouldn't be smart to produce all your videos for YouTube while on stream. I mean, Santa, that's what I'm doing, right? Like, as of late, everything that I've done on stream is just going over to YouTube. And, I mean, we're still balancing, like, a Patreon exclusive series, kind of in the old style of franchise stuff, because obviously I'm not going to do that on Twitch. While then also being able to put time into, into those other videos, like those redrafts. So, yeah, I mean, you're not wrong. It's a pretty wise move to, I don't want to say just, like, get, you know, dual use out of your content, but yeah, dual use out of it. Talking about the 07 draft, Kane just plays 1,000th game. I know, and as far as I recall, I didn't see the final score, but I'm pretty sure Chicago got spanked. At least they were getting spanked by Dallas. So, good on Dallas to help turn things around. But it's like right now, because I'm not putting as much time into, like, oh, making videos off stream in terms of, oh, franchise stuff. Yeah, do the daily stuff that I like to make. Then it's, okay, the daily stuff I like to make for YouTube, I'm essentially streaming, so dual purpose there. Then I still have more time to work on the podcast, which, I mean, again, Deej and I are very optimistic about the numbers that we've seen for the podcast at this stage. Then there's doing the redrafts and other hockey topics type of stuff, you know, and then the other kind of video game content, like I said, EA versus 2K and making those comparison videos, so I'm excited for the rest of this year as well, especially if a certain editor that I'm in contact with ends up being the one, which I think they might be. Then yeah, I mean, this could be a very good year where I think we could pump out some really cool content. And like I said, even if it doesn't, like, man, at this stage, like, YouTube-wise, like, I've been doing it for long enough, like, if I never hit 50K, I never hit 50K. If I never hit 100K, I never hit 100K. But, yeah, we're just gonna keep having fun with it, man. I'm watching Ludwig over the past 18 months. He makes all his fits on stream and makes so much sense in my eyes. I don't know who that is. Can you send me the link on Twitter? I'm intrigued. Your Patreon is okay. 6-1. Jesus. West Coast, what's up, by the way, buddy? I'm excited for what you have going on for MLB when it comes out. That's what I'm excited for. It's going to be good to be back. Like, honestly, I've seen it a lot because of Jugsy, OG Kevin Bacon. You know, you look at the full-time MLB guys that continue to sit there and say, like, hey, these NHL guys that are coming over, we're so happy to have you there. I mean, you know, I'm an MLB guy for at least last year. Like, thank you for that sub on YouTube, by the way. Last year, on Twitch, I streamed the hell out of MLB for the first 2 months, you know? But the problem for me at that point was the gameplay. It got less and less enjoyable, unfortunately. And again, with MLB, it was just my issues with the perfect system, where I've talked about this a lot. Tell me from a gameplay perspective this doesn't make sense. In MLB, perfect, meaning you did everything right at the plate. That should be at least a single, depending on your player attributes, the pitcher's attributes, unless you have a top-notch defender who can make a crazy play to take it away. Like, to me, that gives so much more importance to defense-first players in baseball who absolutely have their spot. I mean, I always go to the example of like Andrelton Simmons, where for a lot of people, at least in the past couple of years on like Diamond Dynasty, I feel like a player like Andrelton Simmons, who is defense first, nobody picks because you want like the power at the plate. But if perfect works in a way where you're almost guaranteed a hit, at least a single, unless there's a great defensive play, someone like Andrelton Simmons' value skyrockets because he could literally save you that game even more so than now. So I'm intrigued to see what they do with MLB this year as well. I mean, obviously we're going to play franchise. We're going to play Road to the Show. We'll see if I last, more than 2 months. I normally do take a break. The problem is, with MLB, we just never went back. Because I'm just like, give me a reason to go back to the game. Give me a reason. So, will Eichel be on Buffalo next year? Yes. Variety streaming starting Smash. Fastest growing streamer on Twitch. Jesus, how have I not heard? In theory, correct. Before 20 was released, they were saying perfect was like 750 to 800, but that didn't pan out. I mean, again, West Coast, right? It comes down to like, I guess setting up the game for the competitive side of things and trying to balance that properly. Like, I understand that struggle. Wow, we already missed out on Lance Miles. Look, I get the struggle of trying to make everybody happy. But, like I said, from my perspective of what a perfect system should mean, it didn't really line up, and it just got kind of, I guess, annoying to play, is how I'd phrase it. Alright, we got Mr. Scott on the scholarship. Promises. I mean, if he commits, he definitely gets playing time year one, so I'll promise him that. Can't guarantee the conference title next year because we might move for sure. We'll see how the casual competitive... I see, West Coast, I didn't see the video today where they announced casual competitive settings. And the differences there. I know they're going to go more in-depth against it next year. Honestly, we can promise this guy no red shirt as well, because he would be our starting kicker, hands down. Put in the work for early Scott. Deej and I actually talk about that a little bit too to promote the podcast. Again, it'll be out here on the 10th. About Jack Eichel and what the Sabres have to do, because we were asked about it a lot. And again, my opinion, he stays. But also for the Sabres, like, you're screwed. Like, you have to ride it out, unfortunately. To where that team's just in a really bad position. You got to decide who the untouchables are and retool. You can't exactly rebuild because you're already garbage. But, getting rid of Jack Eichel, no go. Getting rid of Sam Reinhart, probably not the best move either. So it's kind of interesting how it looks at this stage. All right, Ricky Clark. Don't necessarily want to go to Oklahoma. I could promise him no red shirt. Like, that's the guaranteed promise I could make. They're just not red shirt freshmen to try and get into the running. I can talk shit about Kansas State, which is nice. Although I should probably just sell us instead of try to drag others down. It's actually 3 levels, casual, sim, and comp. No clue what those look like yet. So I'm hopeful. I'm hopeful. Because, again, MLB The Show is never going to be a game for me that I play competitively. That's just... like, the idea of fun in terms of playing that game competitively against another person, that's just not for me. Like, I know that. That's just not for me. So I'm definitely going to be like an offline, like, road to the show kind of guy. So. Really quickly, Davis. Defensive end again. Could say no red shirt to try and get into the running. Sell him on playing time. Trying to sway on playing style. Rangers don't deserve him. I mean, he could certainly do worse than, going to New York. Okay, this dude's definitely going to Alabama. Jesus. Finding the top 2 picks of the 2015 draft, got stuck on terrible franchises. Fair? Seems way harder to sway 5-star prospects than lower-end prospects. I would agree with that. You have those star players who are kind of set in their ways because they know they're the shit and that they're going to go to a good school. I'd agree with that. All right, Mr. Lloyd, again, I'll promise you no red shirt. We'll hold off on some of the other moves, and I got some sways to pull off if we're going to get Kevin Lloyd. Let's see how this works out. We'll also scout this dude. really good catch. What's going on, Frankie? How are you tonight, buddy? Ooh, Matt Fisher we're in the running for already. Same thing, I can just say no red shirt year 1. Try to hold off on different promises. Let's shit talk Ohio State, screw it. And try to get a sway there. Yeah, Frank, I'm doing well, man. I'm doing well. No complaints right now. Let's see, Kevin Wise. Schedule you for that week 6 bye week because we don't have a home game for a long time. Again, no red shirts, and we're going to need a sway or 7 to work. It's typical Wednesday teaching, little shits. That's what you want to hear from teachers. Ah, God, I gotta deal with these fuckers. Again, we'll just go no red shirt as these early promises. Talk some shit about Virginia Tech. And try to get those sways in there. Still have Florida's pipeline state, which is pretty nice. Maurice Spencer. Very much in the running for you. Again, we'll make that promise of no red shirt, but we'll stay safe with some of the other promises to start. Fortunately, I won't be able to talk trash about Oklahoma there. It's okay, though. It's still a good group of points. Mr. Walker. As long as there's no one in the green in the early stages, we got a chance for these guys. Again, no red shirts. Can't trash talk USC, which kind of sucks. Playing time's apparently an A+. Stevenson, I got my work cut out for me here. No red shirt. And sway, sway, sway. Both worked. Not bad. Had some better luck with the sways so far. We missed out on Cedric Williams, a 5-star tackle. He immediately went to Auburn. And Steve Robinson, the punter. See if we can close the gap here. Can't wait to fail these kids who deserve it. Oh boy. Frank, what age group do you teach? Are they at least like high school students where it's like, ah, fuck. Garbage kids, get out of here, fail. You ever gonna pass someone who doesn't deserve to be passed just so you don't have to deal with them? Gonna be that type of teacher? Academic prestige, should talk Ohio State. Yeah, they're year 10s, like 15, 16. Oof. I don't think you could pay me enough to do that job to have to deal with 15 and 16-year-old kids all day. Like, god damn, that just sounds like a nightmare. Like, I hear enough horror stories about 6th graders from my, which is the oldest age group that my girlfriend teaches, and yeah, no. Screw that. Screw that. Let's see, Brad Patterson. Senior high school, you sophomores right there. It's amazing throughout high school how quickly you go from being like, yeah, I'm mature as a freshman and as a sophomore, and then once you get to be a senior, you're just like, oh my god, freshmen and sophomores are so annoying. There's just such a ridiculous difference. There really is. In just that short amount of time. Let's see again. No, Vince Vaughn. You motorboating son of a bitch. Vince Vaughn. All they talk about is Fortnite. That's not true. All they talk about now is Among Us. So I always say the word sus to the girlfriend and she gets pissed. That's all she hears all day, apparently. His kids calling other kids sus. God. Let's see, academic prestige. Hey, I should talk Nebraska. Cool. Fuck you, Nebraska. All these kids do is make whistles that sound like turbos. Make whistles that sound like turbos. They do love Among Us and TikTok, right? Shout out to TikTok, the Vine of the generation. I can't wait to see what's next. After TikTok and Vine, the great beyond. The dirtiest mullets. Why is it not surprise me that young Australian kids have mullets? You know? Why does that not surprise me? Sounds about right. When's the Tukey TikTok coming? I have no idea, man. I don't know what the hell to do for that content-wise. That's just not me. In terms of like that style of content creation, like, that's just not me, man. TikTok 24. Yeah. One of these days that might exist, but I mean, technically it does exist. I just don't use the account. So, I mean, it would be nothing but me just like, you take the clips from the stream with me yelling about NHL franchise mode, it'd be perfect. Alright, TCU is next. Have they played at all? They have yet to play. Oh boy. Well, this is gonna be the game where we figure out just how good we are. This will set the pace. Like I said, I'm just going to kind of go into a multiple approach because I don't really know what else to do for our setup. There's just so many different ways that we could play. One of the biggest games in team history. We head down to Texas Christian University to play the Horned Frogs. Let's see what we can do. And if these schemes are going to work. I can only hope. Like the catch room when you did. That was a good one. I mean, I should have done that right when I'm like, hey, Phil Kessel can be the coach. And like TSN picked up that tweet and everything. That was the good stuff. That was the good stuff. The good old days. Make 92 overall. Freddie McDonough memes. TikTok wasn't a thing though. You know? Oh, it's Derek Childs. Brought to you by Coke Zero. Coke Zero. Half the calories, half the taste, half the product. Oh, the beautiful purple of Texas Christian. And we win the toss. We will Belichick it away. All right, boys. Let's see what you can do. Is this scheme going to work for us? Touchdown TCU. All right, 7-0 at the end of the first. That's a bit rough. There we go. Finally get to the end zone. Hey, what a little turnaround there. 14-7 at the half. Beautiful. Daryl Grant. I always want to say Derrick Grant. 8-yard touchdown pass to Tyler. And before that, it was a 5-yard touchdown pass to the rookie tight end Gonzalez. Frank, we are a 99 rated team. Let's go through the third. Can we take over? Opening possession, we do nothing with it. TCU can't tie it. We are on the verge of scoring 21-7. Oh, baby. TCU scores. Can we end this? UMass is gonna knock off an A+ rated team, 24th ranked TCU, and our season opener. Oh my God. We head on down to Texas and walk away with the victory. Daryl Grant, 18 of 27 with 2 touchdowns, over 250 yards, 96 yards rushing with a running touchdown as well. 2 running touchdowns in that game. 100 yards for Marcus Tyler. No sacks allowed. This O-line, man. 1 sack, that was from Adam Wade. No picks. Wilkinson missed a field goal because of course he did. No touching. No touching.
No touching. No touching.
We didn't need to do anything. And we walk away with the win against the best team we've ever beaten in this program's history. Crazy. Is that enough to get us ranked is the question. Thoughts on ESPN getting the right steal? I will say Deej and I talk about it in the podcast. Optimistic, though. We need to see more details, though. Louisiana Tech is next. Will we be ranked after a monumental victory over TCU? Again, we were on the cusp of the top 30 in the preseason rankings. Where are we going to be? Where are we going to be? 99 rated team. I was a little bit worried about the setup that we had, the 50-50, the multiple defense, multiple offense, but it worked. This team is just so damn versatile. Will UMass be ranked for the first time? Come on. Come on. You know you want it. You know you want to give us that ranking. Come on. Show me the money. Show me the money.
Who do you think you are? I am!
Show me the money. Please. Ranking. 25. 24. 23. Come on. Come on. Huh? Huh? Anything? This is the longest loading screen of my life. Oh my god. Jesus. Are we ranked? No, we're not. All that build up for nothing. Ain't that a bitch? We had to have gotten votes again, though. Yep, we got 102 votes. And we knocked TCU out of the top 25. Alright, we're on the cusp. We're on the cusp. The cusp. Let's see, Louisiana Tech, really good pass offense in their first game. So stop the pass and do whatever offensively. So again, yield coaching philosophy. We'll play a little bit more pass defense. Aside from that, we should be fine. Alright, so back to recruitment then, and we'll see what happens against Louisiana Tech. That's a sim game from the menu. It's an A+ versus a C+. That should be just pure domination. About time we lose that game, I'll cry. Hockey guy uploaded detail. 70 deal. Oh, and yeah, Biscuit, that's just like the basic details, though. Like, I'm not talking about, like, oh, well, 7-year deal, this and that. Like, those aren't the details I'm talking about. The details I'm talking about for the NHL, what streaming platform is it going to be on? What channels is it going to be on in terms of the games? That's what I'm talking about. That's what's important. Is, you know, are you going to have blackout situations? Like, Deej and I go into details about the details we want to see them release. But yeah, like, oh, 7-year deal. Like, that's not what I care about. Like, are you going to be on ESPN Plus? Are you going to be on Hulu? Like, what are you going to be on? Because they've tried to push with sports programs before on Hulu. So, we'll see how that plays out. Like, those are the confirmed details that I want, personally. Yes, I also read the press release. I'm sure that he did. Play a game in your home state. I don't think I have to do that quite yet, although I really want to. Yeah, let's just keep trying these sways. Should be able to play the long game with that guy. Robinson, we're up in the second for, even though he's looking like a bust of a kicker. Again, same thing for him. I could promise him a game in his home state, but I want to try to avoid that for as long as I can and for as many people as I can to actually be able to play home games. Looks like we're going to be out on Kevin Lloyd. Yes. In the top 3 scenario, we're not going to be able to make up the ground. So Kevin Lloyd looks great. We're out on him. Ricky Clark, we still have a shot for. It's not a great one. He's really drifting towards bust territory, unfortunately. Bristow, Oklahoma. Honestly, we might just have to start dishing out the promises. I don't want to miss out on too many people, you know? Shelton Davis, Honestly, I think that's what I'm going to start doing. I'm going to start throwing out the full promise gambit here. Solid playing time first year. Even promise them the game in their home state, even though I probably won't worry about it. We'll just, if we play in their home state, we play in their home state. It doesn't bother me too much. Matt Fisher, we're still very much in the running for. Whoops, didn't mean to do 6 hours, but well, here we go. We're at 60 minutes. Solid playing time first year. Yeah, screw it. We're just going in for the gambit. Our integrity is still going to be just absolutely sky high that I'm honestly not that worried about it. To tell you the truth. I just didn't mean to waste that much time with that dude. Honestly, I want to go from the bottom of the board. See if we can still get in the running for some of these dudes. Honestly, for the most part, we recruit a lot of people from California and Florida. So we could make up a lot of those promises pretty early on. I just want to make a late push to see if we can catch up to Oregon at all. Let's see, Garrett Marks. Same thing. These are dudes that we haven't talked to at all yet. We're just going to see if we can make up the ground. I'm not really too worried if I start breaking promises, because at this stage, with this level of integrity, we're not really going to be able to break enough promises that we actually piss somebody off, I feel like. So, start talking to these dudes towards the bottom of the board that we haven't really talked about at all, or talked to at all. Shout out to Mike Jones. And we'll just see if we can make up ground. They obviously haven't been our top targets, but we need to at least see if there's any kind of interest level from them. Let's see how that plays out. Mr. Wilson, go with 4 hours per scholarship. The main 3 promises, the Toogs Gambit, as it was called in chat. So, we'll see what we got here with these dudes at the bottom. Like I said, we might as well check to see if we can make up ground, since we're falling behind on these guys, since we haven't talked to them at all for the first 2 weeks. Try to share the wealth here. Let's see, Roddy Wheeler. Scholarship for you. Who? Mike Jones. Good old Sharon, Pennsylvania. There have been too many names of these towns where it's like, I need to look up who the hell is from Sharon, Pennsylvania. This dude is a bust. Still a 5-star option, though. And UConn's in for him. And even if we're not in the same conference as UConn, I'm always going to try to screw them over. Panda Pablo. Dropping the 9 months. It's a boy. And he says, fuck UConn. Pablo, what's up, buddy? It is good to see you. How you been? I hope you're well. Austintown, Ohio. Who has a bigger population? Sharon, Pennsylvania, or Austintown, Ohio? There's a nice dirt track in Sharon. Nobody's from there. Oh boy. How'd you know that's what I said? I don't know, Pablo. It's a gift. Sometimes you just know these things, you know? Austintown, Ohio is near Youngstown. So, who had the name first and who was lazy as shit and just be like, well, this is Austintown. Youngstown. Austintown is stupid. Welcome to Youngstown. We're better. Like, someone got really lazy. Really lazy in naming one of those towns. Like, come on, you couldn't even call it, like, Austinford? Appleton? Like, name it something. See, we got Titusville, not Titustown. We are probably out on Spencer, but I am going to go what the other promises really quick. If Sharon's known for a dirt track, I think we know what town's bigger. Fair. That is a fair statement, sir. Alright. We shall sim our next game from the menu. Because it should be a dub. God help us if we beat TCU but lose to Louisiana Tech. This should be a massacre. Not quite a massacre, but 45-24. UMass are 2-0. Chat, will we be ranked? In the meantime, we are going to look at Sharon, Pennsylvania. Why? Because I want to. Population 13,000, 75 miles northwest of Pittsburgh. It's got the... What the hell's the Shenango? Shout out to the Shenango. Notable people. Mike Archie. Someone who was in Stargate. Lead vocalist of the Letterman. Mike Connell. Jonathan Dressel? We've done... Bob Galoob. You related to Tony? Let's see. Randy Holloway. Howard, Jackson. Ben Jarrett. Former CIA officer convicted of violating the Intelligence Identities Protection Act. Notable waterboarding debate. What a guy. What a guy. The guitarist from Great White? How dare you say no one's here? I mean, unfortunately, he died in the station nightclub fire, which is horrible. Let's see, what else do we got? Bill Murray, not that one. Gotta be somebody. Yeah, fair enough. Chad, unfortunately, we're not ranked still. We are still not ranked. Despite being 2-0. But we get to play 8th ranked Mississippi State. And they're only a B+. So, there is no excuse for us to not beat Mississippi State and end up as a ranked team for the first time. That should be a win. That should be a win. Did you see my new jerseys on Twitter? I did not. What'd you get, dog? Also, I meant to be over here, so nothing's really cut off. We're fine over here. Okay. Mr. Scott. I do really want a great kicker because I'm sick and tired of my kickers missing field goals all the time. So again, we'll go ahead and make you that final promise. Get you that game in the great state of Florida. Don't stay with Florida, just come here instead. You know? Gabbert, John Scott, Kane, and O'Neill. What team for the Scott? That's the question. Oh, let's see. Mr. Richard Robinson. Lewistown, Pennsylvania. Arizona for the John Scott. Nice. Reebok. A lot of people hate Reeboks. I love Reeboks. Good run with old Dick Robinson there. Clark. I don't think I sent the promised gambit to Ricky Clark, so I did not. So we'll see if we can get into the conversation with Bama right here at the end. Montreal Canadian legend John Scott, damn right. Shelton Davis. I don't remember if this is the first guy that I sent the gambit to, and it is, so we're going to be out on Shelton. This is just kind of a waste, but we'll go for it. Fortunately, it's not going to work out for old Shelton. Fisher, we're in second for. Can we make a run against Bama? Is the question. Can we make a run against Bama? John Scott's in 2K10, by the way. Just never really get to see him. I don't think we've played the Wild yet. We'll go ahead and waste these points on Fisher. It's been years in the making. It has. I mean, we're in Season 7. We've never been ranked. Ooh, John Jefferson we're in first for. How do you like me now? I like it. I like it a lot. 5-star athlete John Jefferson. I'd make him a 99 and change the number to 69. I didn't, but I should. Stock trash about Virginia Tech. We are in the driver's seat for this guy. I'm in a very good position. The pride of Titusville. Alright, let's see. Spencer. We're probably out. Yeah, we're out for Marie Spencer. We had sent him all the Gambit options. We're going to be out on Marie Spencer, unfortunately. Mr. Walker, we're going to be out on you too. Big time. Jamal Stevenson, we're definitely out on. He's going to Bama. Alright, now's the time. Now's the week where we start taking people off the board. Kevin Wise, we're out for you. He's going to Oregon no matter what we do. Mr. Bryant, we're out for you. Jesus. Well, time to start removing everybody from the list. Lamar Williams, we're out. Alright, this 5-star recruitment option is not going well. We're definitely out on Brad Patterson. Hate to say it, we're way out on Vince Vaughn as well. We are still in for the punter, old Stevie Robinson here. We will make those final few promises here. Makes me wonder if I had sent out all the promises to the other people. I don't think I had. But honestly, at this stage, I don't think it matters because the scholarship offer was out there too. And if we're that low off of a scholarship offer, we're screwed. We're definitely out on Joe Mills. Like, the promises won't be enough to turn that around. Kearney. I gotta see if I did the promises for Kearney. And I hadn't. So, dude, this guy's a beast and a half. We'll see if this works. Coco, it's going okay. One more win and we should be a ranked team for the first time. So, it's going to be interesting to see if it pans out for us. Feeling pretty good. Paul Dixon. Hadn't even sent him a scholarship offer. I guess I still have dudes that I never even sent the scholarship offers to. But if they're in the top 3 at this stage, there's no way I'm going to catch up. So we'll remove Dixon, unfortunately. McNamara, the athlete, pretty much done with him. And Dan Mixon, the running back's unfortunately gone. This wide receiver and Terry Johnson. Let's do like 4 weeks worth here. Before, 40 minutes worth, I guess. And we'll send him the Gambit just to see if we can catch up. Hopefully we can. It's a damn good week. Yeah, a lot of players are coming off the board now. Let's see, Chris Phillips. Elite defenseman, Chris Phillips. #1 pick worthy. Another California option, so I really don't mind promising him a home game. Let's see, Harris we're in the running for. Him for a visit on the bye week. Yeah, a lot of these lower level guys, it was the right call. I think to, show our interest in them. Good old Sharon, Pennsylvania. I really want to get Roderick Wheeler so we can always think of the great city of Sharon. Chris Lane we might be out on, but I'm still gonna go for this guy. He is a 5-star, even if he's in bust territory based off of his overall. Let's see, Mr. Powell. I had my 5th grade teacher named Mr. Powell. I don't know if he's still around. He was an older dude when he was teaching me, but that guy was the man. That guy was the man. Garrett Marks. Schedule you for a visit. Let's see what we got in terms of importance. That was the least. That was the low, unfortunately. I hate to say it, but Mike Jones, I think we're out. Yeah, we're out on Mike Jones. Who, Mike Jones? Brandon Wilson. 5-star option. Victorville. Why does Victorville come to mind? Who the hell do I know that's from Victorville? Why is Victorville ringing a bell? I don't like it. And then Atkinson we're in first for. Good old Danville. Dude, it's like all California and Florida. Ever watched Ballers on HBO? I haven't. I'm gonna guess they have an association with Victorville. God, who the hell do we go for next? That is the question. Is there anybody in the top 5 that I could go for? This wide receiver and Daniel Medlock. Honestly, yeah, anybody who's in the top 5. Now that I've looked at my top targets, I need to look for dudes that I might have a chance to get here. So it just can't be anybody in the top 3. They'd be too far gone. Michael Johnson at running back. Already in for Phillips. Victor Moss. I mean, again, now's the chance to go in for some of these wide receivers. We didn't target any wide receivers at the start because we had such a ridiculous class, but if there are 5-star receivers that we can swoop in for, we pretty much have to do it. It would be irresponsible not to. Then we get down to the 4 stars. Like some Thibodeau. 4 stars is where it gets a little bit more interesting because I don't really know who I want to target. I'm going to leave it at those 23 guys first. No reason to overflow the board. Didn't mean to back out there, though. This game against Mississippi State's huge. I can't believe they're the 8th ranked team. Okay, so we got an hour and 40 left. 20, 40, 60. A little bit under 20 minutes per. Alright, Medlock. Let's see what we can do with you. Scholarship and promise. Again, the thing about bringing in wide receivers, though, I mean, we could just go with the best of the best and potentially redshirt or cut some decent players, but we'd have a hell of a setup. I mean, again, if there are 5-star wideouts that we could potentially bring here, they weren't our initial targets, but this could be nuts. Let's see, Quentin Woods. And that brings us down to 10 minutes left. So for perhaps Jamal Richard, go ahead and give him the scholarship offer. I mean, Connecticut's in for that guy. I can't let Connecticut get anybody. Screw Connecticut. Chad, it is time. It is another gigantic game in the history of this school. We take on another ranked opponent. Can we beat Mississippi State? They have an incredible pass offense. Offensively, for us, it doesn't really matter. So clearly, we need to shut down the pass. Stay with the multiple D. But really emphasize the pass defense. Unless that ends up meaning running defense, which could it? Yes, but it really doesn't feel like it. If we win, we are ranked for the very first time. Can we do it? It is a virtual certainty if we knock off 2 ranked opponents in our first 2 games of the season, or 2 out of 3 games of the season. We are pretty much guaranteed to make something happen here. So, I'm excited to see what this could be. And before not ranked to the W, I'd be heartbroken. And we would definitely file a former complaint. A strongly worded letter would be sent out. So you see Joseph Thompson for good old Mississippi State. Let's do this. Heads never fails, baby. Belichick style, kick it away. Here we go. Whoops! I think I can back out and be okay. I accidentally hit Y instead of right bumper. Okay, I was allowed to back out. Okay. Take two. Take two. Did you enjoy that loading screen the first time? Well, you're going to love it the second time. You're going to love it the second time. Accidentally calling onside kick. Yes. Yes, I did. Because I am the New Orleans Saints of college football. Just cut that out in post-production. Oh, fuck no. Not editing shit in post. You see all of our mistakes. Heads never fails, baby. Well, it cost me first possession of the second half against. Yeah, so we'll go against first. Okay, let's take two. Take two. First quarter. Now they get the opening possession, and we score. It's 7-0. 7-0 at the end of the first. Not bad. Not bad at all. It was a 5-yard touchdown pass to Mr. McCray, the tight end. Through the second. We're tied at 7. 13-7. Wilkinson missed the point after, but a 22-yard touchdown pass to Tyler. We move on. They get the opening possession. 20-7 UMass. Heading into the fourth. 21-yard touchdown pass to Tyler. Are we knocking off our second-ranked team of the season? Sacked on fourth down. UMass ball. Interception thrown by Grant to Seth Green. That's short pucker. Intercepted back by Robertson. Can we end it? No touching. We punted. Can they jump it? 20-14, 59 seconds left. Can we wind down the clock? No touching? No touching, baby!
No touching! No touching! No touching!
UMass! Finally living up to their potential. 20-14 over Mississippi State. We are 3-0 and just knocked off our second-ranked opponent this season. Unreal. Darrell Grant, 21 of 34, 279 yards, 3 touchdowns, 1 interception. I tried to speak too fast. Rushing-wise, 64 yards for Butler. We really struggled on the ground, but what a game for Marcus Tyler, the sophomore. This kid's going to be something. He had McCray with his only reception for a touchdown as well. 3 sacks allowed. It was trouble on that right-hand side. Actually, both tackles had a little bit of trouble. Defensively, 7 tackles for Bolden. Numerous tackles for loss. A sack for Teddy Palmer. And the pick again from Seth Robertson. Wilkinson was useless. We have knocked off 2 ranked opponents to kick off this season. Ooh, boy. All right. All right. Is it official? We have to be ranked for the first time. We have to be. We knocked 24th ranked TCU out of the top 25, and we just beat the 8th ranked team. We have to be in. It's Central Michigan up next. Thank God we didn't schedule Michigan. That would have been such a mistake. We have to be ranked. In the meantime, let's go back to old Sharon, Pennsylvania. The Bull Farm Golf Course. One of possibly 2 free public golf courses. Okay. Alright. Sure. The free course is called Dum Dum by the locals. Well, that's just rude. Hermitage, Pennsylvania. Population 16. That looks like every bit of Pennsylvania I've ever seen. Looks exactly like that. Every bit of Pennsylvania I've ever seen. That's what it looks like. Who's from Hermitage? Andre Coleman? That's a short-ass wiki page. That's a short-ass wiki page. Well then. Shout out to Hermitage. Guys, here we go. It's the moment of truth. Are we ranked for the first time? I don't know what I'm doing with my arms. I'm just killing time. Come on. Just fist bump. Just my arms up. Yes! Finally! UMass is ranked in the top 25. Number 23 in the nation. Your boys are on the board. 24-8, and all we get is 23rd, but it's finally happened. We are ranked for the first time. God damn. Mississippi State only dropped to 14. That's bullshit. That is bullshit that they're still ahead of us. Man, Michigan, only 21. Maybe it would have been nice to play them. Tremendous. We are ranked for the very first time. You'll love to see it. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful stuff. Whew. Actually, here, really quickly, let's go by where they were on the board. Robinson, we're in first for, which is great. Good chance we're getting a 4-star kicker. And again, let's just sway. That's still, what, a 20 jump in spots and 2? Yeah, we jumped from 32nd to 23rd, I think. So, they're making us earn these upgrades in terms of our rankings, but I will take it rather than the alternative. And again, right now we're going back to the old strat of just swaying until I'm not in first. And then once I'm in first and have high levels, we just shit talk and they can't overcome it. So that is the strat that we're taking. We're looking to get 2 of these guys, because they are going to be better than pretty much anybody that we have. Although I got to be honest, with Steve Robinson, maybe not. Although he's a freshman, so. Brandon Wilson. Still very much in the running for this dude. Go for the sway. Go for the shit talk. And we'll just go with that one too. Not a bad week for Mr. Wilson. Can you drift towards being a gem? That would be great. No, you can't. Alright, well. Terry Johnson. We're out for that guy. It's a shame, but we are going to be out for one Terrell Johnson. Gerald Powell, we're out. What about Night Train Lane here? Out. Auburn's got too big of a lead, even though you're scheduled for a visit. Mr. Travis Kearney, out. Which is not going to happen. You could argue stay in for those players so that they'll accept maybe at the end, but I doubt it. Shelton Davis, we're out for you. Going to be out on Ricky Clark as well. J-Rose, take it easy, buddy. Catch you later. I'd say we still have a chance for one John Jefferson, but out of nowhere, we're down to 3rd. It's like Auburn showed up and just completely ruined what I had set up there, so fuck you, Auburn. And unfortunately for you, Auburn, I get to talk some shit. So this could go very nicely for me. Might as well get the full report on Jefferson here. He is an 81. Mr. Fisher. We'll try to put up a fight. Jordan Stahl has been very elite this year. Yes, he has. Again, I'll mention the podcast by saying Deej and I talked about Carolina a little bit, and it's kind of underrated, some of the things that are going on for the Hurricanes. As if they didn't have an embarrassment of riches already. Just some of the things that are going right for them are frustrating. Chris Phillips. We might be out. I'll still try to put up a fight. Get him on a visit for next week. And just try to get these damn sways to go through so I can earn maximum points. Soft commit to Ohio State for Roddy Wheeler. Sorry, Sharon, Pennsylvania will not be happening. Trevor Harris, definitely got a shot for. 4-star guard and Trevor Harris. All that time investment into Sharon, Pennsylvania, and it's never going to happen. John Atkinson. Freaking Stanford trying to come out of nowhere and steal this guy away. It's annoying. Stanford, piss off. Nobody likes you. They only pretended to like you for Andrew Luck, and that's just because they thought that they would go to your team, and then the Colts wasted him. Garrett Marks. We're out. Damn. This is going to be a tough recruitment period here. Fortunately for a lot of these guys, too, that I've barely gotten to talk to. I mean, Medlock, we're out. We're going to be out on Michael John. This is looking rough, guys. We're still having a lot of trouble trying to lock down some of these 5-star recruits, unfortunately. I still think Jamal we can make a push for. Pitts, we're definitely out. Yeah, this is looking rough. Very, very rough. Promises could push us into the running for these dudes, though. It's a 1,000 point offer right there. We only have 10 dudes left on the board. This is problematic, to say the least. Again, quarterback we didn't really need. There's not like an extremely fast quarterback in this class either who could be like crazy good, so I mean, this guy's listed as a scrambler and he's not even all that fast, so running back wise, again, we know we're out on the 5-stars. Still have a couple of dudes on the board. Fullback's not worried. Wide receiver, we could look for the 4-stars, but it's a tough call. How many 4-star wideouts are there? A lot. A lot. So unless you're tall as shit or fast as hell like JJ Harrington happens to be, I'm not really gonna go for any of them. I'm in second for Cameron Smith without doing anything. Am I tired? Yes. I won't be streaming that much longer. That dude's in his top 3. He's fast. Well, actually, maybe. William Stevens. So again, Robinson, not that fast, not that tall. Meh. I mean, he is a 4-star, but meh. Witherspoon, tall, but not that fast. I mean, he's fast, but not like super fast. Michael Williams. Again, I want speed, or if someone's already interested. Albert Smith. He's gone. No way I could catch up. Ideally, we'd find someone who's fast, like under a 4.4, and who's tall as hell. Elizabethtown, Sean Campbell. Saudi Daisy, Tennessee. Jesus. Eddie Sanders, 6'4", good 40 time. Steve Clifford, that good 40 time. And Thibodeau, okay. Tight end wise, we wanted to go for one of the 5-stars. That wasn't going to happen. We could still look at one of the 4-stars. Who's the top 4-star option? That dude runs a 4.6. This dude has a 4.62 with a 400 bench. Jesus. A 4.54 with a 380 bench. Honestly, Blair Doherty could be worth a look. A little bit faster, the bench is a little bit less, but I like Doherty more than Garcia. We'll take a look at him. Then we get the tackles. Again, we couldn't get any of the 5-stars. And for the 4-star options, just double checking to make sure no one has interest. Don't really care so much about the speed, but I want like crazy bench. 450 is kind of like a minimum standard. We got 470 in Gonzalez, 485 in Jabari Lake. 485 with Anderson. Let's look at Aaron Anderson. 485 bench. Jabari Lake with a 485 bench. 470 in Victor Gonzalez. Honestly, 470 is going to kind of be my cutoff. For the guards, again, unfortunately, those two guys that have interest were just out. It's just not going to come together for us. Richards, I'm in first for without doing anything, which is pretty nice. He doesn't have the best combine numbers at all, but out of Springfield, rough place. But not bad. 485, he's gone. 470, Jacob Griffin. 470 and Brian McClellan. I know a lot of these guys have already commit, but hey, it couldn't hurt to try. And then Trevor Blair is pretty sick at a 495 bench. And then for centers, 4-star options, there aren't many. And unfortunately, I can't say I'm overly interested in too many of them, except for maybe Mark Myrick. Look at Mark Myrick as a 4-star option. Defensively, again, we're out of the running for those guys. With the 4 stars that are still available, what do we got? Closer to a 400 the better. Mike Wallace has pretty damn good speed. Like, I'd look at Wallace over Cody Jones just because of the speed edge, you know? The speed edge is pretty drastic, so look at Mike Wallace. How many people are under a 4.7? The answer is not many. Dustin Jean. Honestly, I like the idea of looking at guys that have the speed option there. It's a good threat. And is there anybody who is like crazy strong? .425 Alex Ward. 465 Donnie Torres at a Homer, Alaska. Jesus Christ. That guy's a Gronk and a half. 440 and Trey Bennett. 420 Freddie Bradley. 425 Jeremy McCarthy. 430 and Mosley. Might as well look at all these guys. I wasn't really planning on going after that many defensive options, but hey, why not? We'll just make our way through it. Again, right now, our recruitment plan's kind of out the door. It's just get whoever the hell we can. We got 5 hours left, and we got a shitload of people to talk to. Honestly, at this stage, it's just go for as many scholarships as we can. So, JJ Harrington. Pretty much all we can do for this final week here is offer scholarships left and right. I was going to hold off on immediately offering people scholarships, but our initial recruitment has gone so poorly that it's pretty much all I can do to get our name into the hat for some of these players. We'll see what happens. Just that they know we have interest, and we'll take it from there in the next week. Eddie Sanders. Maybe, just maybe, possibly, potentially, somebody accepts automatically. Some positive answers from some of these guys, though. Doherty's already on a soft commit to Wisconsin. I should have offered him the promises at the same time. Still see if we can get him to think otherwise. Aaron Anderson, Kokomo, Indiana. Jabari Lake, Rancho Cucamonga, California, home of the Young Bucks. Love to see it. Columbus, Georgia, Victor Gonzalez. Let's see, who else do we have on the board here still? A lot of people. Jeremy Richards, Mr. Springfield. He might auto-accept. If he doesn't, nobody will. And he didn't. out of Springfield. We're number 1 on his board without me even talking to the guy. And he still wouldn't auto-accept, so... Not expecting any insta-commits from any of these 4-star dudes. Let's see, McClellan, an offer for you. Edinburgh, Texas. God, this game is so addicting, and unfortunately, because we keep going late with NHL 21, we're going to run out of time here tonight, because I got some other stuff I got to do. Mr. Myrick, what do we got? Sherman, Texas. Nothing. Mike Wallace, Raymondville, Texas. All these big, strong boys coming out of Texas. What the hell's in the water? Dustin Jean. Not yet. We got 240 left. Down to the final few options here. Nate Pollard, Belmead, Texas. Jesus Christ. What the hell is in the water in Texas? Newtown, Georgia, Corey Gibson. Alex Ward, Chula Vista, California. Be able to send you a promise. Congratulations. Let's see. Mr. Donnie Torres, Homer, Alaska. I am interested. We can get some good points there. Mr. Trey Bennett, Tarboro, North Carolina. What the hell is wrong with the United States? Freddie Bradley, Mount Holly, North Carolina. Go figure, UNC is at the top of the list for these guys. Come on down, Freddie, you know you want to play. We can do half an hour of both these guys. Jeremy McCarthy. I'm guessing it's Ocoee, Florida? Who's to say? Whoops, that's right, I did 3 for you. No red shirt. And our final dude is Mr. Derrick Mosley. Let's go. 2 promises for you, sir. Mason, Ohio. 2 promises and a scholarship. Didn't happen. So we'll see how we can recover. I mean, there's still a lot of 4-star dudes that are out there that we might be able to lock down, but those 5-star options we've been going for, it's been a complete bust. We're just still not at the point where we can get those guys consistently now. Central Michigan, this should be an ass-kicking. They have a significantly better pass offense. And again, our offense will keep the same. So again, the game plan's pretty much, hey, shut down the pass. And let's see if we can do that. Again, let's see if we end this night on a nightmare of losing here and not getting ranked by the end of this. Heading into our bye week. Central Michigan. It should be an easy win. Thank you. 35-6. We might get bounced out of the top 25 if someone else really happened to upset a lot of people, but for the most part, I'm happy with that. We are 4-0 on the season. We were ranked for the first time. Tonight was a success, to say the least. I am very, very happy with the progress that we happen to make tonight. And hopefully it continues throughout the season. Again, we do have some pretty important games coming up for the most part, but I am hopeful that this is going to go well. Mobsky, no worries, buddy. I'm getting ready to wind things down anyway. It is late. 'Tis late, and like I said, I got some stuff to do before going to bed myself, so... Of course, it's more work stuff, because it's always video stuff and work stuff and all that stuff. But hey, gotta do what you gotta do. I want to see if we're still ranked, though, heading into this week, and if we were able to make up any ground for some of these players. That is the hope. That is the hope. Come on, still be ranked, still be ranked. Still be ranked, damn it. Please. Hey, we're up to number 19. Number 19, UMass. Oregon's the new number 1. It's Oregon, Bama, Texas, Oklahoma State, Virginia Tech, Wisconsin, Notre Dame, Auburn, Oklahoma, and USC. Yeah, boys. Thank God we didn't elect to play Miami. That would be a tough team. 4-0. We are now number 19 in the nation. And as long as we keep this up, we're going to be okay. The media has us at number 11. It's the coaches poll that screws us. Here's the problem. We did play Miami. We have to beat Troy, we have to beat Toledo, and then it gets serious. Holy shit. 3 more ranked opponents as it stands. Louisville directly ahead of us. Miami and USC. But if we can run this table, we have a shot at an incredibly prestigious bowl game this year. And right now, we're looking good to be able to dismantle UConn. Our next opponent next week, I believe, was Troy, if I'm not mistaken. So we have 2 more easy games before we play a ranked opponent. We get Troy, who are 2-1. We get Toledo, and then Louisville, Miami, and USC. We have to beat Louisville. It's a must. I would accept a 1-1 split over Miami and USC. If we beat both of them and run the table, it's not out of the realm of possibility we could be competing, I don't want to say for a national title, but we'd be in the conversation. So it is insane where this team is at right now. It's just we can't slip. We cannot slip up, especially against the top tier opponents. Before we even get to those games, we need to deliver. There's going to be a lot that we have to change here. I don't know if we're going to be able to get into the running. Unfortunately, we've missed out on people already. Mark Myrick went to Georgia. Blair Dougherty went to Bama. John Jefferson to Auburn. So our strategy of adding some people to the list late hasn't necessarily worked. So it's going to be interesting. I'm a little bit worried about the recruitment right now and if we're going to be able to make a run of it. Unfortunately, some of these dudes, we just joined the conversation a little bit too late. Aaron Anderson's definitely going to go to USC. And Texas A&M is likely to pick up McClellan. Yeah, I won't be able to make a run there. So I'm already back down to 30 players on the board. If not lower. I did get in the first for Jeremy Richards, but I was already in first. So we'll see how this plays out. Looks like we're going to lose Matt Fisher as well. Might still have him go for the visit this week, because if we were to change his mind, that'd be huge. So still a lot to do for UMass, but like the pace we've set for the rest of this year, God, this could be special.